this couple comes to you, hypothetical couple, John and Jane, they come to you and they tell you, we thought we have been dating for the last 3 years, we finally did our marriage, our wedding, and so we've just started our marriage, but I realize I'm not attracted to this person, and this other one realizes that this person does not tick the boxes to what I had considered my fancy, and so we have come for advice. What are you telling John and Jane?
To sit down and say, these things that you want to be ticked, what are they?
We've identified them. That's why we are here.
Yeah, so
they're not ticked because this person does not fulfill, does not get me to the O, and for some reason they are not my type. As in, first of all, this is.
How did you marry them if they were not your type?
Because I married them because the visuals is what I relied on. But when we got to the ground, vitu ni different. And so now we've come to you because it's either we break off what we've built for the last 3 years, or we get a solution.
Yeah, and the solution is going to be there in the sense that, I mean, we're living in a society where vitu zimeinventiwa, man. The way things have been invented out here. There's an invention for anything. Any
and
problem.
Net do not take us to anything that is artificially outside of who we are, because what if those inventions are not exactly what we are looking for in terms of personal satisfaction?
Inventions can also be technique. People embrace technique, you know. Technique. Yeah,
sorry,
there are
Miss
books.
Technique.
Miss
Technique.
Kwa nini unakani kama hujasikia kitabu inaitwa kama sutra huku nje? And I believe that, you know, you identify the problem and you find the solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the problem is length, then you will substitute it with technique.
If it's length and it's too much, you can't cut it down.
Yeah, you don't need to. That's why technique comes in.
And you cannot drill to, you know.
Technique. You use physics, science, biology, everything you apply, you research. Let me tell you something. Someone who wants to see things to work, and even without them compromising their own, because again, you don't want to be miserable for the rest of your life, yeah? You two will sit down and come up with something. You will research. You will say, okay, this, in regards to this is what we have found. In regard, and it is safe to practice it like this. It is safe to do it like this. And I believe two people who are genuinely interested in making it work will not find that as an excuse.
To be honest, Annette, I feel that we are physical beings, and we like what we like. And what we don't, because if someone goes out there and finally they have tasted it and they feel it's crap, that is recipe for cheating, that is recipe for unfaithfulness, that is recipe for now them falling in their faith, if they were very staunch in their faith, and this is the only thing that was keeping them there waiting for their significant other, and now they're there but they cannot fulfill that X desire that this person has. That is recipe for not only them losing this marriage, but even them losing their faith and their belief and their spirituality in a big way. And so you can't take us back to the days of arranged marriages, because I tell you the truth, even myself, if I would find myself in this relationship and something, God forbid, happens and I'm unable to satisfy this person, I'd let them go.
But how many will you have?
No, I'd let them go.
Because what is to determine that if I let this person go, the next one I meet will be the fit. What is to say that it will be the first person, the second person, the third person, or the fourth person? I might go through a whole trail,
a whole battery of people.
Hey, we are talking football match. the whole team plus the team, the extras, wow, before I find the perfect fit.
And they're never written here, Mr. Perfect.
Exactly. So for me, that is a recipe for promiscuity. It's a recipe to say, you know what, let me have fun before I settle.
So what are our remedies? What are our remedies before marriage, so that one, we are able to avoid mismatching in a way that we are able to avoid those irreversible mistakes that would have otherwise been avoided if we had employed these 1, 2, 3, or 4 techniques that you are going to give us right now, Annette. Because you better give us pre-testing techniques that do not involve testing the cookie jar.
18 plus? 18 plus. Under 18, please go to sleep. But basically,
yes,
this is what I think,
yes,
yeah?
yes.
That you cannot, we put so much strength,
Yes.
yeah, in one physical activity, yeah, that it overpowers the very many attributes of a person.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's true.
and so if we take away that much power from this specific activity, then you will find, and that's why I'm saying, if a problem is, you know, the fit, then technique can come in.
Yes.
And why are you willing to go the extra mile to even learn this technique? It's because this person is more important than this act.
Yes.
Yeah. And so if you place the importance, if you place the importance more on the act, than on the person, then that's
then
why
the beholder.
Thank you. Eish. Eish. That's why you find you will never get that fit. You see? But if you connect with this person in more ways than one, then there will be no need to feel like you're going short or they're going short, because you will always come up with ways to excite each other, with ways to fill that void. It will always be there. But the problem with our society is that this one single act has been glorified so much that we lose focus on you're connecting with the soul, you're connecting with a person. Yeah, it's not a matter of every time bang 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 push. You know, it's how are we sitting down? I know people who can go days, not weeks, just days, not weeks, days, you know, without engaging, because they enjoy each other's company. There's someone who said, I don't know who it is, but there's someone who said, I would rather make love to your mind than your body. You see?
I think that person is onto something, but hey.
Yeah, you know, enjoying the presence of this person way more. No, I am not trying to disregard the act of sex. I'm just saying that there is more to there is more to a relationship. And if this person excites you in more ways, then you will find a solution.
Wow. So cultivate more ways than one, that this person can tickle your fancy through their wit, through their connection, through their friendship, through the small stupid things that we do together, through the jokes, through the seriousness, and through all these things.
Your foundation.
And then the intercourse becomes a bigger buffet than just the physical meat on meat.
Yeah. Wow,
that's deep.
And so for me, testing the cookie jar is out of the question. It's never, it should not even be there.
Of course,
because
I don't believe
once
so.
you meet this person, once you interact with this person, once you connect with this